allowed the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Now I'm on, do.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun Live. This is a Sunday sermon, by the way. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them Maiyegun today. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, we used to test run the equipment in the studio, but we are getting closer to the point where I'm going to be running the program live from the studio. So for joining me this morning, afternoon, or maybe evening at your own time there, please share the broadcasts. It's been a year. This time last year, February the 25th, 2023, a lot of you woke up with so much optimism. That maybe, just maybe, you could rescue Nigeria.
Glory Facebook. And yes, Glory YouTube. And yes, do you think Nigeria is happy now?
We are happy.
I'm asking you, Joshua, Do you think Nigeria is happy?
Yes, we are happy.
It's like Buhari is better than Buhari.
It's a lie.
Buhari is better than Tinubu.
Tinubu is better than Buhari.
Tinubu should go back to...
He goes nowhere.
I believe on you.
Did he ask you to believe in him?
You messed me.
You messed him up too.
Now they are slapping me.
They never start to slap you.
I vote for APC.
You will vote again.
For Jakapa.
Emiloko.
Do you think Nigeria is happy now?
Thank you so much. Maiyegun today, Motideo. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live. And please, any observation you probably might notice, please bring that to my attention, okay? You can consider this as part of the test running too, but it should be a better one. Mind you, if the image, the video sort of lags at some point, just pardon me, it's going to get better. So thank you so much for joining me again. This should be 1 year anniversary. 1 year anniversary of the end to APC, Egbeke misrule in Nigeria. But they played a smart one on the rest of you. The structure of criminality finally showed to you that you might have the people, you might think the people are your structure, but you see that structure of criminality is deeper than you can even imagine. A lot of you wouldn't know that before February the 25th, 2023. You have known better now, okay? So this morning, or should I say before now, some of these Nigerians, especially the Obedients, they sort of chose to dedicate today as a course day for Yakubu, Mr. Yakubu, because they blame him for all of this, including the judiciary and the rest of them. A lot of them have taken to their social media today, and they have been raining curses on the INEC chairman. How time flies. The hope, the brightness in your eyes. You know, those lights in your eyes when you woke up that morning thinking, today, not today. Only for them to unleash their own terrorists on you. And now everybody is in that mess. Have you seen this?
That's so. Arise and swallow them. Pray against Mahmoud and swallow them. Pray against Mahmoud. Pray against Mahmoud. Pray against Mahmoud. Arise and swallow them. Arise and swallow them.
The president himself, the judges, the lawyers, all of them will drink water. Water from Nigeria. Whenever they send them, they pour for that. Even if they pour their water, they will not. My way they go down. That's their wickedness. Every water they put in their mouth. they breathe? Yes. Whether the air condition? Yes. At least they come out from their house. Yes. So the air somehow touches them. Yes. We say all of them that will rise and get justice in Nigeria. All of them that will say no, that will bring how we fight. Let every end. That will fight. Let it come to fire.
Amen. 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 Hey.
Amen. Even though all those things, no, they know to they work. Okay. But however, if that is going to contribute to their own nightmare, those who put you in this mess, well, I will say amen to it myself. Okay. A year ago, a lot of you had so much expectations. And a lot of you also came back to give thanks to this platform for being there to make them understand what Nigeria was and will always be. And in fact, it helped a lot of you, as we put it back then, to manage your expectation. For those who probably didn't believe that the more things changed, the more they remained the same, and they only needed your validation. All they needed was you to show that you wanted to register, and you did. To show to them that you wanted to vote, and indeed you came out. That's all they needed, validation. The entire system is rigged, and it will continue to be rigged. Now, knowing this, let's assume that a lot of you didn't know this before. And that is why some of you were so shocked. And you were waiting on how to react. You are not sure how to react. That's also part of what life is, as they say. Life is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. Here you get now. Some of you have known better now. In fact, I want to believe that some of you probably knows how to react now when you get cheated. Because you somehow, it seems that you are kind of getting ready to get cheated again by telling them that you cannot. If you try this time around, they will do it again and again and again. And as long as you are participating in the charade, right, absolute nada, you will be able to do. Okay? So let's go back to that a year ago. Okay? A lot of us were pretty much like, what's it going to be like? Me as a person, personally, I did not expect Mahmoud or Momodu, Yakubu, to be gracious and generous enough to even allocate 6 million votes to Obi. Because, number one, I knew that, well, should I put it that okay, I didn't know how deep the threat was until the day of your charade. And from that moment, when they begin to reverse all the things they told you, which I knew they would, they did it to Atiku. So they would do it to anybody, it doesn't really matter, right? I knew they would sort of withdraw all that. So when he started withdrawing your BVAS, no longer like working, iREV is no longer like showing results and the rest of that. So people like us knew then that, okay, now I think this is where we are going to see the real force against this establishment, how far you could indeed push. But unfortunately, Momodu Yakubu are this way. And the rest, they say, is history. Because number one shock that a lot of us actually got, including myself, was that the determination of a lot of you believing that election can actually change Nigeria was really, really incredible. And that's why I said, all of you will be obedient. People might play down what you did, okay? That they rigged you out and it was obvious and every other thing, right? May kind of make you feel like, then you failed. No, you didn't. what you did in the history of Nigeria electorally is completely unimaginable, unbelievable, unexpected. They were not prepared. And that's why you are still seeing the remnants today. That's why people have not gone away after the Asharid elections. So that money, we were believing that it was just going to be like the usual. They've started rigging you out from your registration, remember? When you are registering for your PVC, deliberately, millions of you. One sec. Millions of you will make sure that you never had access to your voter's card, ever. Millions of you, they ensure that your place of voting is completely misplaced. It was all intentional. And then, when you finally try to scoop out the day, they unleashed their terror, which, I mean, they are own a terrorist, political terrorist, like this one.
Seriously. See fighting arrested. I'm breaking your bottle.
So to us, to people like me, they will ensure that if Peter Obi and you Obidient, all of us who follow the whole thing then, if they manage to give you 500,000 votes, that must be like so generous. But you overwhelmed the entire system. You overwhelmed the system. You destabilized all plans to the point that for them to now rig, Baba, INEC was announcing results that are completely not available. They are announcing results that are totally different from what some of you finally got from your own polling unit. That's, so the whole rigging was so terribly done that till tomorrow, thiefnubu is still battling with the legitimacy. We know the story, okay? Well, the point I'm making today, the really point I want to make today is that it's been a year now. To some of you, it's probably like 2 years experience for you. You have known better, I believe. Even though some still don't, they still believe that they can still rally around, we'll do it again. Obi will still be president, Obi will be this or that, and through elections and all of that. But there are those who know better now. Because no matter what you think could be done rightly, because you think something that is wrong with the system was probably a mistake, right? That is where a lot of you have been getting it wrong. Nothing that happens in Nigeria is a mistake. Nothing. Do you understand? Everything happened just as is. Just as it is intended. Now they try find solution. And your solution is to thwart their own plan. And meanwhile, they are already in control of all the institutions that could actually really stop them. So where exactly do you want to get to overwhelm them? So Yakubu retained his job. He is still pretty much planning. In fact, how it's going to be in your next election has been concluded. All you have to do is just participate to validate it. But a year after, when the Obedients have a lifetime experience understanding the political system of Nigeria, understanding the judicial system of Nigeria, a lot of them have now understood better the media in Nigeria, how things have been so rigged against them. And a lot of you have concluded that Nigeria cannot be helped. That wasn't your feeling that morning of the 25th of February, 2023. Life is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. So my line is going to be open today. While I'm kind of going to be dropping in, dropping in some of historical, events that could have at least help you not to make another horrible, intentional decisions of trying to rescue Nigeria through your PVC. I know a lot of people will say, but they still have to keep trying. You do not try against a rigged system. It's already rigged against you. See, in 2007, when Yaradua and Jonathan were nominated or selected by Obasanjo, they just had to be declared winner. It didn't care how, even if people didn't vote for them. It didn't give a damn. They must win. They must be declared. And it was so badly conducted that the beneficiary of that fraud, Yaradua, came on a national television and he admitted that the election that produced him was flawed, not credible. But he promised that the election that he would conduct will at least be credible enough to reflect the decision of the majority of the people. And you know what he did also? Before he came in, a liter of petroleum has been pumped and jumped to 87 naira by Obasanjo. In fact, I think it was 97. When Yaradua came, people didn't vote for him. They didn't vote for PDP at the time, but it was kind of like he just had to be declared winner. Same way APC is dealing with you now. They don't need your votes. All they need is the usual state capture, control all the institutions that could checkmate them or even jail them. So once they control all of that, they have nothing to worry about. Obasanjo did it. But you know what Yaradua did? After Yaradua's inauguration, Nigeria was already kind of like boiling hardship, this or that at the time. The guy just tried to kind of bring everybody on his side to make them realize that he meant well. Then they were still paying subsidy, of course. He reduced for the first time and the only time in the history of Nigeria, I think, he reduced the price of petroleum back to 67 or so naira at the time. And you know something? A lot of people who were pretty much so upset with PDP and Obasanjo and all that played out at the time, somehow they started thinking, maybe we should give him a chance. Maybe, I think, like, let's see what he's going to do. He finally messed the entire thing up. But you see, for that first few months, he was able to read the room. He was able to follow the handover notes that Obasanjo gave to him. He was able to pick the one that he believed he could use to worm his way into the heart of the people that never voted for him. And when Yaradua was sick, and they were playing those hide and seek game, hiding him here and there, when he died, people actually show empathy towards him. When he was ill, when they saw him, a lot of people completely, like, they were shattered. They felt sorry for him, like genuinely felt sorry for him. Sure you get? And even when he died, a lot of people felt so sorry for him too. He was also the same guy who also looked into, listen to this. Then, the Niger Delta militants, they were already kidnapping oil workers. So international communities and a lot of them, they were warning their citizens about Nigeria. Don't go there. You go to Nigeria, don't go here, don't go there. So almost every week, Asari Dokubo and his boys, and all of them, they will have expatriates they kidnapped, and they will be demanding for ransom. They were not kidnapping or shooting at their people or threatening their. No, they were not doing that. They just went straight to the oil blocks. I mean, oil. What do you call them? All those oil installations, right? Oil platforms. They will go there, grab them, put them on the speedboat, and drive them straight to the creek, and they will begin to ask for money. Obasanjo, in his own way, as a soldier, of resolving it, he invited all of the militants to Abuja in a presidential jet. They took presidential jet to Port Harcourt, put all of them in it, including Asari. Which one is that called Tom Loaf or be something like Boy Loaf? Boy Loaf, and the rest of them like that, Sha. They took them to Abuja, put them in Sheraton Hotel or so in Abuja, one lovely presidential suite for all of them. So they were there for like a week. They didn't see Obasanjo. They returned back to the creek. They said they should come back next time when Obasanjo is around. So the next time they went again and they said, okay, yeah, Obasanjo is around now. He wants to meet with all of you. They were all feeling presidential. Immediately they landed in Abuja in the same presidential jets. Immediately they landed in Abuja, they just marched them Kuje prison straight. Asari Dokubo spent over 8 months, in Kuje prison. According to him, inside solitary confinement. That at a point, he said he started suffering from schizophrenia, like madness, inside the place in the dark, because Obasanjo wanted to break him. So that is why Asari hates Obasanjo. So he didn't give them any deal, he didn't give them any money, he tricked them. And afterward, right, that never helped the Niger Delta struggle. It continued. In fact, it created more militants at the time. So this guy came, Yaradua. He knew the production of oil, crude oil in Nigeria, which is what Nigeria actually relies on for their own forex, a lot. Well, it was smart enough. What did he do? He said, okay, I'll give you amnesty if you can all surrender your guns. At the time, if it was this time, nobody would give anybody any of their gun. You know that? A Fulani man asking you to give up your gun. Are you mad? You won't do that today. Nobody would. Dear. Here you get. But he told them, he offered them money. He was buying their guns from them. Yes, he was. As a bloc, a militant bloc, you come with all these machine guns, all these, a lot of them. The Yaradua government will look at all of them. They will take the list of your own militants. They will take the list of the weapons you are given. They will value the weapons. They will pay you. Then you see all those boys around you that you have, they will ask any of them wants to get any training or what have you. The government will sponsor you, but they send these guys out of Nigeria. Then the production of crude oil in Nigeria increased. It was simple as that. At the time, but when Bokuwari came, most of those things have been sort of eroded, and they introduced new act of state-sponsored terrorism called the terrorism industry. thiefnubu is there now, a man that bullied his way into power, but ended up having nothing to offer other than shege, poverty, and monumental embarrassment like you've been suffering. Not recently, almost from day one. Okay? So in his own mind, when he came in, probably he never even touched the handover note given to him by Bokuwari, because he's a Lagos city boy, a very smart man, intelligent. He would have probably noticed all of the, what do you call it, all the landmines that Bokuwari managed to dodge for a while and gave them to him. The madman probably never cared about that. The Agbero just announced, subsidy is gone. And that's it. And they started explaining why you should stop asking them to give you subsidy. You are going to wreck Nigeria. Nigeria is going to be this or that if we pay you subsidy, if you pay subsidy, this or that. But Nigeria is not wrecking when these guys are looting to build, these guys are not homeless. Those who were there before them, they were not homeless. But now they will need hundreds of billions of naira to renovate the houses, the offices left by the ones who just left there. Those ones also paid billions renovating those houses. But there is money to do all that. It's only when it is you, the people, that they have something to, right? Maybe you hear that they said, don't come to Kuwait, so we are busy in Kuwait. Our leaders are busy. Okay? We don't even have any business deal with you in Kuwait and all that. Kalu said he's going. Yeah. They say, may no come inside they go. Because according to them, they want to go and organize a business forum meeting in Kuwait. In Qatar, rather, money Kuwait. Qatar. Don't come to Qatar, they said. Now, thiefnubu says, I'm going. He said they only told him that they won't be available for business forum or something meeting. But they did not say he shouldn't come and visit them. Papa, what do you want to go visit them for? You want to attract, God damn it. You want to attract investors to your country. Baba, Now investors suppose they rush you. No be you go there, they beg. How come nobody in his team knows that? If you have a good, if you really have a good thing out there, if you have anybody in your team that can walk into a room and then, mesmerize these investors and, kind of have them rushing you, you do not need to go and tell them, hello, I am thiefnubu, the president of Nigeria. I want to tell you that you can come and invest in my country. Like, what the hell? They told him not to come. Sorry, we won't be around. Now they go take her to Qatar now, and they will be taking him around buildings. They will call Nigerians in Qatar to come and welcome him so that it will look like he's meeting business people. At the end of the day, zero investor. Sure, you understand now? So thiefnubu came in. You were not loved. Nobody really liked you. Even the people that are shouting your name using tribal this, tribal that, they don't really like you per se. Because what we can deduce from all of this was that while they were attacking and killing people just to try to force election of thiefnubu on people, right? Why they are doing, why they are doing that? Despite all that, people who claim to be his own, a lot of them have no electoral value per se. They rely on the violence. Mahmoud Yakubu. They rely on your university professors, school teachers who are going to work for INEC and change figure, NYSC guys and the rest of them. They rely on them to change the figure. When it comes to the real number, thiefnubu don't even get the number. In Kano, they beat them silly. In Kaduna, they beat them silly. In Lagos, one no more be into Giadieni. That's how they beat them. Alimosho, which is their base, one no more be into Logitayani. We saw all of that. That's why all the beatings in the morning, all the shakara in the morning, because they won't even vote for him if he didn't pay them. They won't. You see all this noise, social media noise and all of that they said all of you are tweeting, for two people tweeting in a room. They are actually the hungry bastards. That all this noise is based on what they expect to get or what they are getting. I have all this audio, all their meetings that time when they were beating silly, even in Lagos. They were so mad. They were so angry. They were calling on their leaders to do something. Do waiting. Rig it, rig the election. They will disgrace us. They don't even have the number. But they are the loudest. Here you get. So since then, they have been battling with legitimacy. Who can win? thiefnubu no win. Okay. If you say thiefnubu no win, who is the president now? thiefnubu is not your president. thiefnubu is your punisher. Presidents don't treat their citizens like that. Go around, look around the world. Go and look at leaders. Leaders that were elected by their people. They fear the people. If you are elected by the people, you will fear them because you work for them. thiefnubu is not elected by any of you. Muslim Sharia North who are now crying that they don't dupe them. Even they themselves didn't have the number. Do you know that's one of the things that you Obidient did, and they will never forgive you? I keep telling you that. You demystified the politics of Nigeria. You shook the people that you call intellectuals. You turned them to, you turned them to, what do you call it? Empty pangolos. Northern Nigeria, anybody we no go to Northern Nigeria cannot be president of Nigeria, cannot win. All of that were demystified. Now everybody knows that Sharia North is not important in anything at all. All of that deceit about one north was totally destroyed by you Obidient without even without shooting a catapult. That's why I told you that what you did for 2023, honestly speaking, they never happened. You opened a lot of eyes, including your own eyes, in case if you don't know. For years, even Nigeria politicians believes that they must go and kiss the ass of their sultan their emir. You must become somebody that must show to them. You must convince them if you want to be president. But we realize that there is nothing called one North. There's nothing called one North. The Fulani Sharia North and the Hausa and the rest of them, they have their space. The Middle Beltans, which is the biggest part of Nigeria. Do you know that? Do you even know that? The Middle Belt is the biggest and the most populated part of Nigeria. Genuinely. Okay, I don't want to argue, all right? Just take a look at the map and take a look at the figures too, okay? And these people have been the victims of the northern jihadism, fanaticism, religious genocide for decades. They have been standing firm. They have been unmoved. But guess what? They have been bleeding. When they saw the chance where nobody can just railroad them or rigmarole them into one Nigeria, they took it. They demystified that your northern Nigeria and their and their terrorist sheikhs threatening people, calling them infidels. And that is why some of them are saying Peter Obi divided the north. There is no one north. Middle belt is not northern Nigeria. But you see, that's part of all of the realities that will kind of make everybody know where they belong. So the Middle Beltans now felt like when it is election time, they are one northern Nigeria. After election, when the terrorists start killing them, they are infidels who should be grateful to the Sharia North for having them together. Have you ever seen that ridiculousness before? That's one thing you did. You the Obidient. That's for you. You also demystified money politics. You need billions, hundreds of billions of stolen money to run for an elections in Nigeria because you need to pay people, starting from the delegates. Party delegates will demand for payment in dollars. They will demand for their bribes in dollars. Then when you are done with the party agents, then you will need to speak to the electoral agents. Pay them. They are always available for the highest bidder. A lot of money. You have to. And when you are done, you will then go straight to the security agencies. Parley with them. Pay them billions of money. Once you are done with all of this, you've done your homework. You have structure. The next one is to hire paid armed thugs that are going to do one single job for you. Destabilize the election in the area of your oppositions. Destroy them. Don't let them vote. Don't make sure their strongholds are completely shattered. And as for your base, mobilize another tranche of money. Word of cash to give to those voters. Because if you don't, they won't do what you want them to do. And if they don't, you won't be able to validate the other false figures that they're going to probably record in your name. This takes a lot of money. A lot of money. And that is why some of them always never say no to the godfathers who have the money bags. All they have to do is to agree to their terms and conditions. And they can promise you, heaven and heart, that they will deliver nothing but the opposite of what they tell you, right? So in all of this, you Obedients came. Now they shout, we know they give shishi. Influencers self, we know they give shishi. Yeah, this party, we know they give shishi. But what you will they give? Now flyers, now pamphlets. But now flyers and pamphlet, people go shop to vote. Well, don't vote. But you threw the entire establishment in Nigeria into a chaos. And it was pretty much like you didn't do anything. When you look at the Obedience, what do we do now? We don't do anything. No. We just wanted to get PVC and we wanted to vote. That's all we did. Though. You have no idea. What about those that your wave swept off? See me, I mean, they give you your alpha now, but my line will be open soon for you to tell me about your experience in the last 1 year, including those of you who are bad stars, bad idiots. The line is all yours. Talk to me. right? Tell me what it has been so far. Because on the morning of 25th of February, 2023, a lot of you woke up with different agendas, different determinations, different, what have you. If I see any APC here today, now die with it. If I see any Obidient here today, now kill, we go kill them. You all woke up that morning. Some woke up to say they want to go and stop this Balablu, Bulaba, blue, from happening to Nigeria. Others are like, if they burn your papa, will come out, we'll deal with you. Everybody will play their role a year ago. Everybody who is still alive, some are dead already or kidnapped. Some are in the kidnappers' den as you are watching this now, a year after. So you all have learned something, haven't you? Those who were telling you that you're going to cry for 8 years are now asking you, why are you not showing here when they are crying? And you're like, I'm the one who was planning to cry. So if you are crying, I didn't prepare for that. You told us and you told me that I would cry for 8 years because of a demented call who is going to be your president. And there's nothing anybody will do about it. A year after that decision was made, you are now asking me or asking us, why are you not showing concern? All these things can affect everybody. Like how?
Do you think Nigeria is happy now?
We are happy.
I'm asking you, Joshua, do you think Nigeria is happy?
Yes, we are happy.
It's like Buhari is better than Buhari.
It's a lie.
Buhari is better than Tinubu.
Tinubu is better than Buhari.
Tinubu should go back to...
He goes nowhere.
I believe on you.
Did he ask you to believe in him?
You messed me.
You messed him up too.
Now they are slapping me.
They never start to slap you.
I vote for APC.
You will vote again.
For Jakapa.
Emiloko.
Do you understand? So a year after, everyone now is pretty much like people new and the rest of that, right? And those of you who actually did attempt to make a difference, you probably are also like adjusting too, as everybody don't agree, say, on its man, death, the shot. A year after. So Kalu came. The madman they told you has been preparing to be your president for 30 years. And he became your president. At a point, he went to Dubai, that's a UAE, where they went to discuss supposedly with business people. And they were talking about climate change and the opportunities for Nigeria and climate change, blah, 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 blah. Now, from this moment, I knew, say, it's over. Oh, come on now. Here was Kolu, where they took over 1,400 people to COP28. You remember this one, Abi?
We are committed to critical steps to reduce methane emission by ensuring flare gas are eliminated. There's a huge penalty for that. There's equally a huge incentive to do so. The measures that we're taking here is a welcome development, no doubt about that. And we are with the leadership of UAE for the commitment so far. We are consolidating on the gas export, usage domestically and export for other countries. I can assure you that we will. We are committed to...
First guy, it was like, holy shit. You know, they always have, what do you call it? Something like an interpreter. That is interpreting what Kolu is saying to those who don't speak English. Well, from what he was saying, and they interpreted the version. The guy was like, holy shit. What is he saying? Anyway, that's the Kolu. A year after that, they are now asking people to offer Kolu advice. The people that told you that they said they dodged a bullet. And they dodge a bullet by avoiding Obi. Where we say, according to them, into the lie is not this, like all those things you shall hear about Obi and the Obidient that finally kind of, pushed them back as well. So last, a year after, everyone is now asking us to give a thiefnubu idea, or they blame us that we are happy, that they are suffering and all of that. So yeah, my Alexander, thank you. That's an Obidient there, right? So thank you very much. So like I said, some of you still feel like you probably will have another shot, while others are cursing Yakubu. And they are saying that maybe you are just being emotional. Of course, you probably are just being emotional. But in reality, Yakubu is still the one that is going to do your voters' cards. Sure, you know, verification and other lies they will tell you. Is the one that's still going to do that for you. Okay? I hope you know that. Now, do you see those justices at the tribunal, as well as the Supreme Court? All of them, from the tribunal appeal court, they are now in the Supreme Court. They are the ones who are going to also look into your election litigation again. See, me, I am just somebody who is keeping records, okay? And what you do with what you know or with yourself is mostly kind of your own decision and right to take. I just want you to know that the rigged system that you tried to stop a year ago has even become stronger, firmer, and even more audacious. Are you? Are you stronger? Are you audacious? Are you ready to take them on fire for fire like they did to you? Or you still think you will prepare and then you'll be like, help us. The United Nations, you need to come and help us. America, you are looking at us. UK, you need to do something. Nigeria is born. No. That's not how it's going to be. That means you're not ready. If you have learned anything at all, it simply means that if you are going to go into any competition with them, you must actually let them know that this is just me now. I'm talking to those of you who are like, I can't change your mind. What we are actually encouraging is that if you want elections in a contraption like Nigeria, knowing all of the political landmines that are intentional, what you would do is to clear the landmines. Okay? Your 1999 constitution is a fraud. You didn't write that. A lot of you don't even know that the genesis and the beginning and the end of your problems, all of our problems, is in that trashy book that we didn't write. And everybody's so afraid to call for his total burning. Is then you can then say, okay, after you sort of remove the system that is so rigged, and then you put in a system that reflects what you think can indeed.
We are committed to critical.
I always get that tapping, right? It's because of the sensitivity of some of this equipment, right? If my hand just touched this one, it's just going to be like, anyway, sorry about that. So to those of you who are kind of thinking it's a pure waste of time, if you don't shut and destroy this current destructive, divisive, corrupt deep states, you're wasting your time. Okay? And that's what majority of you are so afraid of. So what are you saying, Maiyegun? I am saying you will do what it takes. You must do all it takes to destroy this establishment that you know. What do I mean by that? You have a system where supposed institutions who are supposed to be acting, checks and balances to ensure that some of these people don't take advantage of the kind of the power they stole from you. Unfortunately, those institutions are now controlled by them. Okay? So they do not have the power over these rogues. Therefore, if this institution says we are going to, for example, let's say the military, the DSS, and the rest of them, they say we are going to prevent anyone violating the constitution, violating the electoral process, and we will ensure that such people are kind of prosecuted to serve as a deterrent to others, right? And indeed, they do that. That's them doing their job. So if all of these guys begin to do their jobs, right, most of the known politicians today, they will be in jail. You will not see their faces on any posters anywhere in Nigeria. That's part of what I'm saying, When the institution does their jobs, right, they clean the system. Now, once they clean the system and cleanse themselves too, right, then you ensure that those who are going to be opportuned, right, to participate in a process that is indeed so important to millions of people's lives, the standard of them coming on would have kind of meet what standard you set. For now, we didn't set anything. The rogues set all this, and look at all of us debating it, questioning it, editing it, and all that nonsense. You need to clear the whole thing, because when you clear the whole thing, right, you see all your judges. Majority of them will be in jail. They won't be judges. Okay? You see all those working for electoral bodies and all of them. Half of them will be in jail. Others will be out of that place because they won't belong there. That's that's the example of a cleaner system, right? So when you have all of that cleared, somebody will go forge certificate forger, drug pusher, money launderers. They will not even dare to say they want to run for any office in a system that is actually going to pick them up right now. I mean, right away. So I'm talking to you now as somebody who believes that that is the hardest work that a lot of you don't want to do. You are thinking you are going to go out there and give them your information that you want to have a voter's card. Your information to thieves, criminals. They take your information, they do whatever they like with it. They decide if you're actually going to have a chance of participating or not. They decide that. They also decide if you're of those or not. They decide that. Give me a sec. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of power in the hand of wrong people. Wrong people that could do anything if they are paid the right price or the right money. So a clean system will avoid all of them. If they dare to come closer, they will go to jail. And indeed, yes, jail. When I say they will go to jail, it means that a system that indeed punishes them, not reward them. Now, when you have that in place and you want to participate in elections, at least you kind of will have some chance, some level of, clarity in the result that is going to emerge. The result that such exercise will produce. But you have a totally rigged system. They tell you and show you what they want you to see or know. You can't question them. If you dare question them, you are considered as an aggressor. Okay? That's not a good system. That's not a system. You see, all this idea of, my friend, they know what they are doing. No, they don't know goddamn shit of what they are doing. They do not know what they are doing. Other than, you see, because they are selfish, self-centered. They do not give a damn about the consequences of their actions. You are the consequences of their action. You are the victims of those consequences. So what the Obidient did last year was incredible. I still strongly believe that you were deceived. You were misled. They made you believe that you are part of the game. Meanwhile, all they needed was just to use you as validation. Though they made a mistake, by the way. It's a big mistake on their part too, because you guys have not gone anywhere. You won't go anywhere. Today now is Mumudu Yakubu's course day. And they say that's how they will be cursing him every year. His family, his business, his health, his everything that has to do with him. Until they will hear the breaking news that something has happened to him. And they will be happy. They are happy that something has to, because they are paying the price for the crime they didn't commit. The hardship, all this, the killings, the insecurity, the escalated, legalized corruption. These were things you thought your PVC could prevent, right? All these killings, all these kidnappings, all these inefficiencies, incompetencies. You strongly believed your PVC could do that. But the establishment, who knows the number? They are the ones printing PVC, They are the ones printing the PVC. They are the ones who are going to count your vote. It's only in Nigeria that they will tell you that you voting, you are not really important. You know that? Yeah, I'm going out there to vote. You are not the most important part of that process. You are supposed to be, but you are not. Listen to the person where they count your vote. Now you be the most important person. So therefore, thiefnubu paid the person counting your vote instead of paying you. Among them vote on credit in Ekiti. Can you believe that? They voted APC. Those who voted APC in Ekiti, they voted on credit. They will pay them later. They haven't paid them. A year after, they haven't paid them. Till now. Rather, they have paid them back with more terrorism, insecurity, and poverty. We've seen it. We are seeing all of that every day. That doesn't mean that Ekiti people voted for thiefnubu. Or for everybody who stood up to say they won't vote for thiefnubu in Ekiti, they voted on credit. We'll pay you later. I've never seen anything like that. The system is so rigged and it is so bad. It is so rigged against you that it is only in Nigeria that there is no where that you are, no matter how remote your village is, no matter how unmotorable your community is. In fact, no matter how cut off your community is from the rest of Nigeria, that it is difficult to bring development, to build you bridges, to build you roads, to build you schools, build hospitals for you, send workers there, pay them well. And then you know that because your community is very difficult to develop. They have been saying that to people for 63 years, ladies and gentlemen. But you know something? Every election in Nigeria, there is no way no matter how much cut off your community is from the rest of Nigeria, ballot box and ballot paper go reach your community. Now only development no go reach your community. Have you not noticed that? INEC electoral officials, they capsize. On top of they won't go conduct election in communities that have no road, they have no they have no electricity, they have no single government presence. On an election day, they will put them on the boat, on water. People they travel 4 hours. 4 hours on the boat, on water, to go and conduct election inside the creek. Go back there 2 years after. Nobody sees anything about government anymore. So it's about them. That the whole thing is not working. It's deliberate. I will continue to remind you. Just take that little example. Ballot box, ballot paper can reach your community. Now electricity no fit reach there. Now good road no fit reach there. Bridges no fit reach there. And you think the real enemies are those who are telling you all of this, not those who are actually ensuring that this is the norm. This is the norm. This is it. There's nothing they can do about it. So the bottom line is that you did a great job. All of you tried to stop them a year ago. Unfortunately, those who actually came out to shout, "I want look on," and the rest who told you the Igbos to go back to Anambra, See people who told you to go back to Anambra, go back to your village, go back to your east. Don't ever come here and say you want to vote in the Nigeria election. Now they are now the same people calling on you. Why are the Igbos not protesting? Why are the Igbos not joining us? Are the Igbos trying to say they are not part of Nigeria again? Hey, a lot happened, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, my line is going to be open soon. And indeed, you can come around and share your own experience with me. I won't drink tea.
Do you think Nigeria is happy now?
We are happy.
I'm asking you, Joshua, do you think Nigeria is happy?
Yes, we are happy.
It's like Buhari is better than Buhari.
It's a lie.
Buhari is better than Tinubu.
Tinubu is better than Buhari.
Tinubu should go back to...
He goes nowhere.
I believe on you.
Did he ask you to believe in him?
You messed me.
You messed him up too.
Now they are slapping me.
They never start to slap you.
I vote for APC.
You will vote again.
For Jakapa.
Emiloko.
Do you get that now? So, some of you today, if you are one of those who are participating in the course Yakubu Day or Mumudu Yakubu's coursing day, I don't know what is the rider for your what have you, right? In reaction, you have this platform too. You can come and tell us why you think that is your own way of protesting against this calamity. Alexander, thank you very much, Alexander. That's very generous of you. So I discovered the temple just about a year ago. Thank you, Maiyegun, even though the result we hoped for didn't happen. I know. But it is an experience for a lot of you today, even though some people are still kind of hoping that they are going to do it again. And I can see it, I can feel it, that because of your number, because of your effectiveness, I still think that you guys are going to want to do it again. But if I have an advice, if my advice would be of any use to any of you, it is ideal that don't think there's going to be anything different from your last experience. The least you can do if you are participating in any of their charade again is to tell yourself that when you go to their polling unit and their Agbero start wielding their weapons, you must have yours too. When you go out there to say you want to go and you are wearing your this, I say, I'm obedient, I'm kiniko, you must also have your own weapons that protects you. But if you think you go into this again and you go to shout United Nation, America, nobody is going to answer anybody. The only time America, United Nation, and the rest of them we kind of answer is when they realize that we now won't beat ourselves to death. But say one side they beat you to death, even if they kill you, it's none of United Nations business. So if you want to go out there and tell people that you want to rescue Nigeria from the Bulabas and the rest of them, my own advice is don't lie to them and say, you have something to protect them when you don't. Because you see these rogues that you see, nothing changes. If you conduct another charade this May in another 2 months, the same suffering and smiling sufferers of APC, those ones they give 10,000, 20,000 naira to kill other people, they will do it again. Despite all this hardship that you are witnessing, Baba, they will do it again. Because that is what they have been socially conditioned to do. An election is their season. People were suffering under Bokwari. I have never seen anything like that in my life. Like people were suffering, people were dying. Especially last 1 year of Bokwari. They consider they change money, change Nigerian naira. They can't change the color. That made things even worse. People were buying money. They were using naira to buy naira. And some people still went on to follow Emiloko. And they were so determined. They were standing for APC. They said it's better. I was like, But at the end of the day, it can't be like saying everything. So today, the same people are kind of trying to gaslight you.
when the election is over, all of us should come together and work together and make sure that the country will come. The people that are destroying the country and their enablers, they want you to think that you have this solution, but you are not sharing it with them. That is why they are suffering. They are still not responsible. They don't take responsibility. Have you not noticed? They don't want to be responsible for anything. They'll point fingers. They'll blame this, blame that, blame everybody they can blame but themselves. So yes, it's been a year. The lie right itself. If you know, say, you don't have the capacity to stab somebody in the neck because they just broke bottle on your sister's head simply because they look like Igbo or they are Igbo. There's no point in going out there and be saying that we will do everything to fight for this country. It's our Baba, no, they lie to yourself. You cannot do anything to rescue Nigeria. You cannot do anything to help Nigeria. You are just making yourself feel better. Once they unleash the real violence, everybody will run. When you run, you begin to call United Nations. United Nations. Everybody come out. We cannot run away from our country. You are pressing us in our country, but they will do it again and again. So it is better and ideally for everyone to tell themselves the truth. I know you're still going to tell yourself that, no, that's not it. We need to go. Don't worry. You will still get the same results. Because you see, these ones, their lives depends on it. Yes. The moment you kick them out and you kind of destroy the system that they have survived on for decades, you are changing their course of lives and all that, right? They will fight with everything. So you need to understand that the people you are dealing with will fight with everything. They are not nice people. They are not good people. They are not fair people. So how do you go into a contest with such people and a rigged system? A system that is going to actually shield them, enable all of their criminalities against you. And there's nowhere to go to. Nowhere. If you go to their court, they control that. They are actually controlling that now. More better. Tinubu has consolidated his control over the judiciary. He's compensated all those guys who did the job. From the tribunal to the Supreme Court. They've promoted some of them. They've rewarded a lot of them. Handsomely. So they will do the job again and again. Do you understand? They all agreed that you are a threat. Have you not noticed? It's not just thiefnubu. A lot of you are waiting to make sure that, thiefnubu never become your president. You will do everything and all of that. Then suddenly you realize that it's not just thiefnubu. There are so many vested interests that want Nigeria to remain what it is. They will join you to complain. They will tell you more needed to be done, things needed to be done, needed to be done. But this status quo must remain. You will see them in your churches. You will see them in your mosques. You will see them in your family. You will see them in your communities, in your villages, all these places, right? They act and make sure they are part of the establishment. This status quo must remain. So the forces you are fighting are not those just physical ones you can see. They are mostly those ones you can't see. They are humans, so they are not spiritual, but they are just right there. They've blended into us. They are there in our communities. They are carrying out all of the activities of the establishment to continue to keep us in this perpetual enslavement. So when you are trying to, somebody said something the other day. He said, there are those within this criminal entity, contraption called Nigeria's government, right? There are those who are being paid millions of your naira every month for doing nothing. Yes, millions of naira. Or they are drawing it from for so many excuses for doing nothing in particular. And they are the people that will make sure in a small circle, small space that they have influence on, such money are pumped in there to ensure that all your efforts we want to rescue Nigeria will never happen. Because rescuing Nigeria means you're going to send them into poverty. You being in poverty is an advantage to them. In this status quo of this establishment to remain is an advantage to them. Challenging that or changing that is going to change their lives. They will never let that happen. You are fighting thiefnubu, you are fighting thousands of them too. Do you understand? That's why when you shoot, that's why if you shoot at thiefnubu as the head, okay, and you shut him down, what will happen is that the rest of all these parasites, they will also die naturally. But they are so strong and formidable. They have so much money that while you are focusing on thiefnubu and this or that, you don't know the routes that he has managed to ensure they have all their fingers on the till. Here you get now. Having their fingers on the till means their loyalty is to the establishment. If the establishment falls, they all fall. And that is why, for those who know better, they will know that the battle or the fight is not what do they call it? It's not carnal. Being Kabi is carnal, then it's not carnal. You see everybody doing their best to ensure that they sabotage the system from that your own intention of let's rescue the system. Let us free ourselves. The battle is not just what you see physically. Most of them are not physical, even though they are humans, right? They are not spirits, but they are right there. Now, only when you begin to look deeper, you realize, this thing that we say we want to do to all these people who are destroying Nigeria, I just discover, say, my papa be one of them, Sha. Say, how? You know, see, my papa now, the director for the Ministry of Transportation. Can you go? I say, yeah. I thought your dad was a very good person. No. The man a thief. I just discovered that when they were releasing all these details of the crimes of all these criminals that we're going to go after and all of that, I just saw my papa name say, my papa said, now, the old man don't steal over $10 million from that place. So I don't know how he did. I don't even know he has such money. When I saw the information, I was like, what? Because that's the point, too. That's the point. You're going to see your people you know. You're going to see people you love. You're going to see people you respect. You're already seeing them. Some said that thiefnubu's regime is exposing people and their hypocrisy. A lot of people you respected so much, now they are the defender of the drug baron, the druggie. Those who said they love democracy, they're now the defender of those who have destroyed that same democratic process, Abi. So those who claim to be religious, they are now those who are defending the drug dealer. You know what I mean? Like morally and all that. All our elders who told us that doing drug was wrong, being a criminal was wrong. We must be omoluabis, good citizens and all that. These are the leaders who are now telling us that we have no respect because we are not respecting a drug dealer. So some said if thiefnubu didn't come, you probably will never know all these guys, all these people that you call your heroes, the people you respect here and there. They are part of the system. They're part of the establishment. You just never really paid attention. So this is one of the things that they said that the Obidient movement exposed. It exposed people's hypocrisies. It became so much like people just wear this tag of hypocrisy on their neck or on their head, like, you know, shamelessly. You did that, and I give that to you. Like I said, my own is, we all know Nigeria cannot be helped. Elections cannot save Nigeria. But some of you probably think otherwise, believing that, if people keep pushing, maybe thiefnubu will now want to conduct a real election. I mean, like, how could you even, like, dream that? You can't force his hand anymore to do anything. You just have to kind of make up your minds that participating in an election that you didn't write the rules and you did not control the rules is pretty much like self-inflicted suicide. It's suicidal. And that's why they could change the rule of the game in the middle of the game, shift the goalpost in the middle of the game. And they believe nothing will happen. And nothing happened. Do you see the difference now? You are raging. If they bomb them where they should try it. If they try any nonsense, people will fight. Maiyegun. Then they did nonsense. They even did worse. But people were asking, should we not? Maybe okay. No, okay, yeah, let's do it. No, don't until it became nothing. So if there's anything everybody would learn, is to know that your effort can become nothing. Even when people die, it will come to nothing. When you are dealing with the criminal establishments that you think are humans, and they give a damn about how you feel on how they are operating the place or kind of running the place. So if you don't like it, then do not go under their tutelage or their command or their control. Don't. Tell them you won't. When you say, no, we are not going to listen to you until you do this, you need to add some action to it. They have soldiers that's going to come and shoot you. And what's your plan? They've got the DSS that's going to keep tracking you. What do you have as a plan? From what we heard, their plan, one of their plans was to kind of try and begin to arrest a lot of you. Let me explain this in case I forget. Part of their plan, according to them, was that since Obi won't play balls with them, right? And they kept kind of telling him that for the sake of national unity, Obi should sort of come on board and, try to, they ask him to sort of free all of you. All right? Like just tell all of you that for the sake of Nigeria, he's going to join thiefnubu to help all of you. But he's not turning up. So it was meant to be kind of set up. You know that Obi would have been set up, arrested, harassed, and all of you are going to react to that will either be killed, jailed, or exiled. Do you understand? No. Well, anyway, they said they discovered that it would be a terrible risk to take. Because number one, the country is going through it right now. Seriously. And any mistake of trying to implicate Obi or set him up on anything and arrest him, that at this point, they say even if Peter Obi using car to hit somebody and the person die, Nigeria government will never attempt to even participate to try and arrest him. This is what I heard though. They won't try. If they say Peter Obi did something now, and it's actually true, they would dare not arrest him. And I said this, I'm saying this with, not because I am 100% sure that that won't happen. But they said from their circle, it was a risk that could trigger anything. In fact, they said they believed that the reason why Peter Obi would never work with them was that Peter Obi is working about like even a trap for them. You know, that kind of a bone that you tie to the neck of a dog, that the dog can't eat it, and the dog can't throw it away. They said that's what like Peter Obi is to them. It's a really pain in the asshole. And they can't just take him away. But initially it was going to be like, okay, yeah, something will happen and all of that. All of them will react and be doing all these things. And they'll begin to arrest all of you too. It will be a great clampdown on everyone. A very serious one. And you would dare not try to protest, but they had to share it. Because according to them, from February to May, when thiefnubu was inaugurated, it was like everywhere, like nobody wanted thiefnubu. In fact, all the effort was like, it must not be inaugurated. On the day of his inauguration, they were so prepared that they thought you were going to invade the place. That was how scared they were. I'm not making this up. They are on record though. They were worried that Obidient and some of you Nigerians were going to invade the place. So they conducted it in a way that they had to shield Nigerians away from the inauguration of thiefnubu. Like, seriously. They shield people away. They put up different security guys to be monitoring everywhere, any strange movement, because they were scared that you were coming. So when that didn't happen and all of that, okay. So they were watching. But it was pretty much like thiefnubu continued to make all of you obedient stronger and united. Usually it doesn't last this long. At most, maybe 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Pari, last, maybe be after the Supreme Court judgment, everybody go move on. But Obidient, then be like, you see that poor people, where you can't go steal poor people goats. You know, say when poor people have goats, it's like an investment. They will give it a name. And the goat will begin to kind of, bear kids, like, baby goats. Then the poor man will begin to give the names to the baby goats too. And every time they want to they need money, the poor man will take one of the goats to the market and say, we are selling Ayeko to tomorrow, so that we can use the money to, you know what I mean, like that. If you steal a goat, if you steal a poor man's goat, you have stolen trouble. Because when a poor man sees everyone, he will say, you remember that my goat, the one I was raising so that I could, you remember? Now Maiyegun steal him. Now Maiyegun is a rich man. Oh. He can afford to buy his own goat, oh, but he stole my goat. Say, yeah, sorry. That's all these rich people, they do. When a poor man gets to another person, he'll say, hello, man, you remember that my goat? Maiyegun don't steal him. Say, how can Maiyegun be such heartless? When you steal a poor man's goat, you have stolen trouble. You have stolen problem. You have stolen daily complaints and all of that everywhere. And it That's exactly what Tinubu did with you, the Obidient and Obi and the rest of them. This is now how it's done. Once they rig you, you go away. And sometimes you ask them for appointment, they'll give you. And everybody go their way on the next one. Come on, they rig you every day. Now they remind Tinubu saying be thief, him be druggy, him be illegitimate, and all of that. You know, this kind of people that will come go arrest Obi. These ones that are already turning to say, if anything touched to Obi, they are ready to die. And listen to me, do not try to find out. I've seen some of them. They are really, really that deep when it comes to this, they are obedient. You know that? So now everywhere, now these ones will go challenge now. So what the government is now doing is that they threaten Obidient they threaten them. See, if you try, DSS is going to come and say, oh yeah, bring your DSS, you're not the mad, you're not the craze, drug dealer. So if you say that again, we'll bring DSS, say, bring your DSS, and you drug dealer. So people are pretty much like, oh yeah, do it. We'll do it, oh, do it. So they are not going away, that's the point. They are not going away. They usually, like, you disband and wait for the next one. This Obidient, no, they go away. If Tinubu did there for 4 years, 8 years, my mind tells me that they will still be around. They will be around. And every time Tinubu wakes up, right, he will be getting their messages. Now, to Diabo Bakus, that doesn't matter. He's still the president. You are welcome to the real world. He's not a president, he's a president. When he said the Milokon, he wasn't referring to you. But some of you can still continue to live in that delusion. Right? Or maybe not. So, exactly now. Push me, I push you. You punch me, I punch you. Push me, I push you. Something like that. So the situation has gotten to that. And, like I said, what I'm sensing is that they are preparing you for another one. But just remember that the man you are cursing today is going to be in charge of that. You've seen what they are already doing with all these their off-season elections, Abi. Nothing is going to change. They're just not going to turn around tomorrow and become a better people that is doing the right thing. Tinubu is not going to wake up tomorrow and sack a man that helped him rig election to become your president. Even if you had to sack him to make you feel good, right? He will appoint another Lagos boy that is going to come and do the job. Or another Kanuri Fulani or whatever to come and do the job. Listen, it is called an establishment for a reason. The establishment for a reason. It's not just your government. It involves a lot of others here and there. Confessor Shoyinka. Confused Confessor Shoyinka today. He used to be the hero of a lot of you until Shoyinka started fighting in the death. I was like, this old man, like at this age, Sheya Were Nisani, kilo de. All because Shoyinka is more angry at the young people and how the young people are actually reacting to the APC, Egbekegbe's government. Shoyinka want them to be respectful of their oppressors. Shoyinka want them to kind of not, Shoyinka want them to either follow APC or PDP, I think. In fact, he actually want them to be with APC. And if you can't be with APC, there's something is wrong with you. So your heroes alive and heroes past, who are mostly a bunch of criminals, opportunists, freeloaders, so to say, chancers. And at this thiefnubu's government, they exposed them now. And a lot of people are beginning to be like, and all of that. So your confessor, Shoyinka, they are called Goodluck Egbere, Jolantan's wife. That is a patience. Hippopotamus. The same Shoyinka came back to attack young people and call them fascists for rejecting APC to real long. And they were rigged out. All this, obviously, right? Shoyinka took it upon himself to tell everybody that there is no way. He told everybody that Obi and Obidient are because of Igbos. I mean, educated Shoyinka decided to call the Obidient Igbo movement. The same Shoyinka who has, even in his own family, he has Obedience there in his own family. It's Shoyinka that knows that Yoruba land is highly populated by the Yorubas. Lagos is highly populated by the Yorubas. Yorubas rejected thiefnubu, but Shoyinka turned it into Igbos versus Yoruba right before our very eyes. Shoyinka, the rice importer, Taiwan rice importer with thiefnubu, our drug dealers. The same Shoyinka is right there, watching, and he actually watched the destruction of Nigeria. At his age, he took up the battle with the young people that is going to live here in this world. He would die before majority of you. Of course, he's an old man, almost 90 years old man. Shoyinka cannot live for another 10 years. Do you know that? He will be gone. But these horrible humans, horrible people, they ignored what is right. And they decided to start gaslighting young people. Okay? All of this still didn't change your mind. Though. It still didn't kind of decimate you. So you are all determined to say, you will still see their hand. I wish you good luck. Seriously, I do. You know? So a lot of people as well. You have seen a lot of useless people, elderly people. They call them very useless elderly people. They wanted to gaslight us and say we should show respect to elders. In fact, I want to say something about that. Thank God we have the Sunday sermon today. After my broadcast last night, one Olori Bruku sent one of their usual comments. I told you, don't advise me. Okay? You see, some of the advices that some of you give, they are coming from your place of Kilamakwe, mostly your place, from the place of maybe social fear or something. Okay? Look at me very well. When I say things, right, I do expect some people to sort of feel offended because they are politically correct. Okay? I've had people who said I should not talk about some people because they respect them and they don't want me to just talk anyhow about them. And I'm like, if you are new on Maiyegun's Diary Political, it is ideal to remind you that there's nobody I can talk about. There's nothing I can say. Absolutely nothing I can say. Now, because I am somebody like that won't kind of take your advice in that regard, I said, you do not owe me anything, okay? You coming here, giving me all the support, as you always do, simply because you think I deserve that, right? I said, I appreciate every one of that. But that does not give you any right, okay, to tell me what to talk about or what not to talk about. In order for us not to offend ourselves, to misunderstand ourselves, if you are new, call, Please, just know that if you like Maiyegun, it is unconditional likeness or love. I could say something about someone tomorrow that may get you uncomfortable. You may not like me after that. And I said, that is not new to me. I have been through that many times. People have called me arrogant. People have called me disrespectful. I have no respect. Others have given me different names like that. But they are giving me those names out of their reactions to things I have actually shared on this platform. And I understand that. That's why I said you can like me in the morning because of what I'm saying, and you may not like me in the evening. You can call me arrogant, disrespectful, pompous, anything you kind of would describe me as. None of this describes me. None of this explains, none of this actually tells who I am. They are only telling what you kind of think of me. And you can only think of something of me because of something I have said. So somebody now sent me a comment and said, my guy, you are becoming too proud now. I enjoy watching you, but it's like you are becoming too proud now. You are like proud. You are talking as I am sounding proud. How? That I'm telling you that you hold me nothing, just like I hold you nothing. If I say something and you feel offended, it is because you have feelings for them. And I said, I don't have feelings for them. Then you come around and say, you are becoming proud. They mean become proud. Do I remove the person? I'm saying this to you as well. People have called me a lot. People have said a lot about, they have said a lot of things to me simply because they didn't like what I was saying. I said, I may talk about your pastors. I may talk about your imam. I may talk about Islam. I may talk about Christianity. Not forgetting the fact that I am actually not talking about all of you, but those of you who have been using that same stuff, right, to contribute to the destruction of this contraption, which is affecting everybody. So if I say something about your church, I don't need your advice. Is that too much to say? Does that make me proud? Does that make me a pompous person? To you, yes. And that's fine. You can go to hell. I don't give a damn. If you say I am proud, you won't be the first person to say that too. But the point is, you are only saying that because I have said something that you don't like. I've said something about some people that you don't like. And I have no apology for it. And to you, that's disrespectful. Disrespectful will kill you there. I don't have respect for people who think they have preferences for criminals, whether they are in your religion houses or they are your family members, even your papa. If your papa is one of those criminals, I will bring his picture up here. I will talk about him, latch at him. Then you can call me wherever you want to call me. I don't care. I don't give a damn. For a very long time. But the reason why I have to kind of say this is that I need you to kind of let us understand ourselves. Do you get that now? Either you stumbled on this platform or somebody invited you to be here. You are just here to listen to me. Do you understand? You are here to listen to me, and whenever the line is opened, you also have a chance to speak your mind. Or if you think I am here to make you feel good, I am here not to offend you. On social media, yeah? Mostly it's actually like fake life, that where some people just want to be liked. Oh, Maiyegun, I love you. Oh, Maiyegun selfie. Listen to me. I am not here because I want you to love or like me or anything. No. I want you to hear me. I want to show you things that you need to know. So if you think I'm proud or whatever it is, that's your problem. It is your own whatever. So that person, you will never be able to actually say anything on my platform anymore, but you can still watch me. Look at me very well. You won't be the first person to say I am proud. But most of those who have said that, they are saying so because I don't touch one very horrible nerve in you. I have my way around that. Okay? Yeah, that's why I said if you are a close-set supporter of anything that I am against, it doesn't mean that you have to agree with me. Okay? Fine, don't. But don't ever in your life think, I need your advice on what to say, when to say them, or how I choose to speak. And if you see me as a proud person because of that, thank you. I am proud, right? Not to be stupidly misled or cowed by those who are pretty much like a worse off anyway. We call you enablers. People who say, don't touch that one. Talk about that one. Don't touch that. No, face your politics. Now you brought me here. How do you have a clue of what I have to say or what I want to say? Maiyegun, just face all these politicians. Leave all the pastors alone. I want to fear. Is that clear enough? No? Okay, but me had the moment to shake with Fulani. All of now we jump package all your equip for Yakubu. Let me pass some of them to this Ashir. I don't need your advice. Because your advices are coming from the position of a weakling. Most of you Nigerians are weak people. Very weak-minded. You know that? You don't know? Oh dear, you are weak-minded. These are people who tell you, well, no, just leave it for God. Let's just leave it to God, my brother. You are a weakling. I am not. So if you then look around and be like, we should be careful. Don't ever tell me to be careful. Because I actually don't need you to remind me to be careful. You should be careful of the lives you have chosen and the lies you have defended. You should be careful because there are those things that are killing you. And it will continue to kill you until you stop living that fake, false life, which is what Nigeria is. I just thought I should say that because I know this person will see my video. And I do tell people, I said, there's nobody that I don't have your size here. That is why if you are an elderly person, you should respect yourself, right? Because if you have, you should respect yourself. I don't need your advice too. When I am talking about this, I'm talking about things that are impacting the future that I'm supposed to have and the future that people like me are supposed to have in that contraption. So if you older people have done your work, if you actually did it right when you were younger like us, trust me, we won't have to be doing all of this. Okay, we won't. But look at you today. You turn yourselves to advisors of young people to tell them to calm down. You understand? So we have gone past the stage where people will tell you, do you want to grow old like this? You must respect others if you want to grow old. Don't be deceived though. These Solori Bruku that call themselves elders or leaders or whatever they are, all of their agendas is to actually make sure that we never grow old. Baba, there is no healthcare, there is no education, there is no infrastructure, there is no security. All of these are pointers that most of us will never even turn 70 before we are killed or die. For diseases, from crime, from other things like that. And these elderly Olori Brukus that are asking for respect. People that are supposed to be stoned. Everywhere you see them, stone them and kind of get rid of them. They are there brandishing about with entitlement. Show Lagba and Leni. Don't you have elder at home? Do you want to grow old like this? All of you young people will not get respect. Oh, your own children will do same thing to you. Rest in peace. Do not let anybody threaten you about old age. Because none of it is actually in their care. But when you take a look at their actions, the society they are building for us, the society they want us to live in, there's a chance that many of us will never even get to their old age. Some of us will be lucky to turn 60. A lot of us are going to die due to these different diseases, different illnesses, preventable sicknesses. Because these criminals have used our money to marry wives, to build houses, to buy cars, to do all of that. And then they are telling us about growing old. Do you think they wish us to grow old, healthy? So these are my own theories and these are my own philosophies. And that is why I told you, whatever I say out of my mouth, I am saying them because I mean them. If they hurt you, stop following me. Get the hell out of here. And if that actually offended you, you can go to hell. Because the point is this. I'm not going to be here to make you kind of, make you feel good. by telling you what you want to hear rather than what you must and need to know. So I'm not here for you to like me, okay? I'm not your TikTok or what do you call celebrity. I'm not your celebrity. Do you understand? So when we understand ourselves and understand the dangers that we are all in, and we begin to kind of push ourselves to say, okay, how do we get out of here? I'm not here to be your celebrity. I'm not your celebrity. If you don't like me, fine. Okay? But do not in your life. Anybody try to tell me and say, be careful of what you say. Do you want to grow old and all of that? I know better. Do you do? So yes, like I said, the line, some people are asking what is going to be the day for the cursing of the judges who also delivered their fraudulent, what do you call it? Yeah, fraudulent judgment. This is where the Sunday sermon will take a course. I know it was many, and then I'll kind of bring that back up later in the evening. But yeah, I've wanted to hear from others who have been, participating in cursing Yakubu today, and what your experience has been. And also later tonight, I'm probably going to put all of that together, okay, for all of us to indeed see how today went. I think I'll do that, then take calls. Or yeah, let's do it that way. So thanks so much for coming to my Sunday sermon this morning. Consider this as our part of making you, keep record or tab, or keep record of the last 1 year when you once believed that Nigeria could be saved or rescued, and how you feel today. I have seen a lot of you who have said that, Nigeria cannot be up. Let them break everything up. Break up the country and save lives. The failure of these rogues sort of pushed many of you to our side. And our side is the side that says, we know the problem. We know the actors behind it. Can we just stop all this nonsense, and come together and say, listen, we want to discuss this union. And I'm glad a lot of people are beginning to say that too. We need to discuss this union of Nigeria. It's not another election. Do you understand? It shouldn't be about another election. Tomorrow now, they say they are shutting down Nigeria. A lot of things are expected to happen tomorrow. Maiyegun General's, bail application will be discussed tomorrow, and it could be free tomorrow. Well, with this NLC, TUC, in fact, that one is even another one. TUC says NLC Ajaero is selfish. He's taking decision all by himself. So they are not going to be part of the protest or whatever tomorrow. He would have met with Ajaero, pledged the revolutionaries will be part of it. And the government is saying, please don't put Nigeria into chaos. They are also gearing up for possibility of people coming out. The whole thing is going to go down tonight. And for those who knows them so well, they believe that it's all a waste of time. If the NLC is going to protest because of hunger, how is that different from those ones you have been seeing in the last few days, right? It's probably just a way of watering down the effect of that by just saying we are going to do it. And then they will say, we have canceled it after meeting this or that. It's so all messed up. But tomorrow is loaded, and I wish they can just get their whatever strike to another day so that they won't use that as the reason why they won't sit tomorrow to discuss the release of Maiyegun General. So I'll leave all of that for tonight. Gather more materials and stores that will make all your night, okay? And then we will take calls. I promise. I was to take calls last night. I was going to take today, but I just suddenly changed my mind. Okay? I will see you later tonight. So thank you very much for this, and happy 1 year anniversary. Is that all right to say? Doesn't really matter. Happy anniversary. I will see you later tonight. Happy Sunday.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun dayari. dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Maiyegun Diary Diary political. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù.
lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.